Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Em and today I'm going to show you some coloring techniques that I use with alcohol markers and color pencils to color this print that I have. And I'll also be showing you some clips of a walk that I went on, desperately hoping for it to become fall sooner than it is. I want it to be fall right now, but it is boiling hot outside. It's like the pits of hell out there. So here's the print, and I just wanted to show you what the original looked like for some reason first. And I'm just doing the voiceover. I just go with what Past Me has said, if you know what I'm saying. And I did this one with Blackwing pencil and my favorite Kuratoga mechanical pencil. I've talked about it before at length. And I'm using Holbein color pencils, my most fave. And I also used my Prismacolor colored pencils because I found that the color that I was looking for, I have a perfect one in Prismacolor, you'll see it. And these are my Ohuhu markers. And I decided to put some tracing paper just underneath while I was doing the heavy alcohol marker stuff because I really laid it on thick at the start. And I just didn't want it to get onto the table because sometimes it's a little annoying to get off of my desk. So that's why I did that. You don't have to do that. It's not necessary. So I'm using the chisel tip side of this marker, and I just really wanted to go in with a nice kind of medium brown. I know that this is going to be just a big base layer of color for me. I'm going to be clipping in some of the walk. I don't know what I was doing here, but essentially I was sick this week, the week that I filmed this, which was 2 weeks ago, and I just felt that I needed to sprinkle in a little bit more of something extra. So I filmed some of my walk yesterday in which I was feeling much better. Okay? So anyways, I knew that this alcohol marker layer was just going to be a nice base layer of color for me to go and do a lot of the detailing with the color pencils. So I just really wanted to get a nice clean layer of marker going so that it's all a nice even brown. I just wanted a nice medium brown, not too dark, not too light. Kind of like the brown from these beautiful trees that I saw while I was on my walk. Again, can't stress enough that I went on a walk. I want it to be fall so bad. I wish those stupid leaves were yellow and red, beautiful yellow and red. Well, it'll come soon, I suppose. In my brain, it's always fall, though, and that's what's really important. And it was when I filmed this originally, it was a very rainy day, and I love that. So after I had done the couple layers on top of layers of brown for the tree just to get it a nice even color because this print paper is pretty thick. The paper that I did this print on, it's it just took a lot of effort to kind of get it to a nice layer of even brown, especially when you're doing a big space like that. It gets you really got to be careful and go over it, but no problem. So with the pumpkins, I ended up doing marigold orange, so I wanted more of a burnt orangey yellow. Again, just trying to get the idea of a base color underneath, a nice wash of color so that I can make it easy for myself to go on top of with the color pencils. And that's pretty much it. And I just tried to stay accurate to what I thought pumpkins looked like. Good Lord. I felt bad because I was so not feeling very well when I was doing this work, but I do really like how it came out, but I was just worried that it wasn't very entertaining to watch. But I just, so I still wanted to put out a video. I didn't want that to stop me. So that's why you're having this mishmash of my walk and also just me coloring a print. But I hope you can get something out of it, and I hope you like the shots anyways, because I did enjoy that walk. It was fun, even though it was freaking 32 degrees outside. It was so goddamn hot. Oh, pisses me off. Global warming. Anyway, I do feel much better now, and it was a very short little cold. It wasn't a big deal. It was just this particular day. That was the day I had to work. That's what the time I had. Not much else I can do. Besides that, I've been taking some movie recommendations from you guys. Been loving them. Please keep them coming. Spooky fall movies. Okay? Someone last week had recommended the movie Old Boy, and I need to watch that because I looked into it and it looks really cool. But there are two versions. One is the original version, which has subtitles, on it, and I think I want to watch that one first, but I need my full attention. Does anybody else have that problem where you really want to watch a movie with subtitles, but like I need to also be doing something with my hands constantly, so I really have to set aside time and be able to watch something so I can read the subtitles. I really want to enjoy it because the way it looked like it was filmed looked really cool. So I'm excited to watch it. Thank you, person who recommended that to me. And which one do you think I should watch first? The English version that was made in 2013 or something like that in America, or the original version? Because the original version looked sick. How do you like my walk little views so far? I'm planning on going on quite a few fall walks once the colors start changing. Here, where I live in Ottawa, there is a super nice place you can go in Quebec called Gatineau Park. And there's a place where this like crazy old guy named Mackenzie King lived. And don't make me get into the whole Canadian history about it. I will once I go on the walk and show you the B-roll from it because it's going to be some really nice. It's like way nicer than the one that I just went to. I just went to some like random quick walk just for fun. But this one, it was like, I'm going to have to drive to Mackenzie King to go there and show you. And it's going to look really cool and it's going to look really beautiful. So I'm really looking forward to that because my sister and I are going to plan a whole day around it. So I'm looking forward to showing you that. And the Mackenzie King thing, I think that's a bit of a haunted vibe because this guy, once I tell you the story, you're gonna be like, yeah, that guy gives off that he's haunting this place vibes. Anyways, so now I've gone in with these color pencils. I just wanted to put some highlights and accentuate where I had the already shading from that was printed. I already had some shading going on there, so I wanted to make sure. Oh, here I wanted to show you the tiny little bit of red leaves that I did find, and I was relishing in. Okay? So back to it. I got a nice ivory color pencil, and this was just a really easy thing to do on top of the markers because I just really like that brown. I think it was called actually dull yellow, technically, something like that. The original brown I put on the tree. And so it actually really wasn't that hard to be able to highlight and color this. And it just looked so bright and popping off the page that I was really happy that I did it. I wish the frog was a little bit bigger at the end of the day because I couldn't get too much detail on them, but that's all right. What are you going to do? It's kind of one of those where you have to look closer. Like originally you see a big tree, but then if you look into the tree's roots, there's little eyes in there, there's little mushrooms, there's a frog inside. So that was the kind of the vibe that I was going for when I was originally drawing it. Do you know what other show that I think I'm gonna start watching again is the Chucky show? It's so bad. It's so bad. But I watched the first season and I think I'm gonna give it another shot because I don't know why. I'll also will watch all of the Chucky movies, I believe. I'm just like pulling at strings here. And sometimes when I say I watch all these things, I hope you don't think I'm just sitting around watching stuff all day. I literally just anytime I'm doing art, I have to have something on in the background to listen to. So I like to watch stuff that I've already like watched before so that I kind of know like what's going on in my head. And so I'll rewatch sometimes shows like Supernatural or a movie that I really like or something like that. And then when I want to watch the good stuff, that's when we sit down and actually watch it. Like anything, a lot of you guys have recommended me stuff and I have gone through and watched it and I've been very impressed with your taste. Okay? Very good taste. Thank you so much for recommending them. Can't stress that enough because I find a lot of comfort in watching movies and stuff like that. There's also a huge bog near my house, and it's actually not close at all, really. That's also a little bit of a 20-minute drive, but my sister and I go there often, and that's really nice too. I think I will do some B-roll of that one as well for another video just to show you the kind of stuff we're working with. I love to go out in nature and take pictures of trees, take pictures of little mushrooms I find or rooty stuff because I like to keep it for inspiration and just to know how stuff looks in real life is really useful to me because I mostly just draw things from nature. So it's really helpful for me to see how stuff looks. And at the bog, there's a lot of trees that had fallen down from a big storm, and you can see all these roots coming up, and they're all like huge after they all fell over. And I would like to show you that because it looks so cool, and it's a really good reference for roots and trees where the bog is. And one time there was a really big dog that was wild. I'm telling you, this dog was as big as I am. It could have taken me down and eaten me for breakfast. And me and my friend were walking there and we saw it, and we actually like had to derail our trip. We had to go back and figure out a way to get away from this dog. It was walking very slowly, but it was obviously like a wild dog. It was not it didn't have a collar or anything like that. And then like people had to come and like usher the dog away, I guess. But this bog is a like what do you call it when the territory is safe for animals and stuff? It's like they kind of preserve it and keep care of it to help the animals be safe there, but it's not really meant for like wild dogs. We don't really have those around, or bears or something. It's more just like frogs and turtles, you know? And you're always going to see a turtle at the bog. That's the other thing. So, anyways, now I took my darkest Holbein pencil. I really like this pencil. It's called Chocolate. It's a very, very good one. It's very dark, and I'm really into making shadows really, really dark. And I saw this show where people were just like, the shadows were basically black on all of the animation. And I just thought that was, I kind of like latched onto that in my brain. And now I want to make all my shadows like super dark. So this is me kind of edging into doing something like that. And this Holbein color pencil was just perfect for the job. And it was super, super smooth. I wish I did a little bit more, but I was nervous to ruin it at the end. And I always do that. I did also spray this with fixative and signed it, of course. So here are the final shots, and this hand colored print will be for sale on my website. And thank you so much for watching, and you'll see me next week. Bye!